All right, guys, welcome back to another exciting episode of All About Life. In today's segment, we're going to be going over a highly debated topic, but I'm going to give my own spin to what we're going to discuss. All right? Now, before we get on to the topic, all right, my disclaimer for one, this is my perspective. Okay? You can agree or disagree, or you might agree with some points and disagree with others. All right? This is a sensitive topic, so a lot of yous will probably feel some type of way. Either you're for it or against it of what I'm going to convey. And the topic is pro-choice for women. But we're not going to just talk about abortions, because obviously when that term is used, those words are used in that way, we automatically think abortion. You know, pro-choice or pro-life, right? There's those two sides. But we're going to be talking about pro-choice in general for women's decision making, or for them to be able to make whatever decision they choose. Now, abortion, we're going to start off there since that's where it's most commonly used, okay? Pro-choice. This simply means when it comes down to abortion, which pretty much most of you guys and women should obviously know, that you have the option to abort a child, or what would be a child, at any point within that window. So it's up to you to decide whether or not you want to keep a child. Okay? Now, with this, we have one side where we talk about pro-life, meaning that if a woman gets pregnant, it should not only be up to the woman, because she is the vessel, but it should also be up to the child, right? Or the life that would be, okay? But because that life cannot decide, women are typically the ones who decide whether or not they want to abort or keep their baby. Now, the issue that I have, right? And this is what I'm going to actually talk about. When you, as a man or woman, you decide to have sexual intercourse, providing it's consensual, all right? So if there's any other cases that it's not, I am pro-choice. I'm not pro-choice when you actually made a decision and now you want to abort it, okay? So this simply means whether you're a man or woman, you guys are engaging in sexual activities, you're doing your thing, whether you're protected, taking birth control, have a plan B ready in action, you have any other methods of preventing pregnancy. That fails, or if it's not taken into account, you're probably going to end up pregnant as a woman. But like I said, two consenting adults deciding that they want to go at it, all right? Now, we all know what the results can be, all right? Two people having sex, opposite gender, you can equal a child if you are not being very careful, all right? And in the heat of the moment, shit happens, but it's still consent between two individuals, meaning that as the man, if you end up getting a kid, if you end up getting a woman pregnant, it's your responsibility, okay? Because you had fun, you may have not encountered on thinking this would happen, but it did. So it's up to you to now take care of that child. As a woman, you are the vessel, but if you ended up having that child due to your own choice, then you have to take accountability for said actions. We should not be trying to take accountability from individuals' choices. All right? That's like a man having sex with a woman, and now he's brought up on child support, and he's still trying to fight that case. By law, we know that the man is going to be accountable for that child. Okay? Now, we know that there are certain states that allow abortions while others don't. The ones that don't obviously have a similar stance to what I'm saying. Pro-choice is for the failed decisions that you are making as a woman. all right? And I'm saying it upfront and personal. You made a bad decision to have sex, and now you have a child, and to get rid of the child, or get rid of what would be a child, you're opting for abortion, all right? And that is taking away accountability from your actions as a woman. You were horny, you wanted to get fucked, and you decided to go through those actions. You didn't have to have sex. You could have been more protective, right, of your body, making sure that the man is wearing a condom, making sure that you have contraceptives, making sure that you are doing whatever is possible to prevent pregnancy. It's up to you, all right? Birth control is out there, and there are multiple ways to prevent it. So if you have the child or you are pregnant, you should be held responsible for your decisions. Now we're going to move on to another topic that's about pro-choice. It's about a woman's ability to choose what she wants. You have a child. Now, you decide you want to breastfeed your child. There are a lot of talks about these topics, whether or not it's appropriate for a woman to whip out her tit in public, knowing where everyone's around, whether you're in a Starbucks, whether you're in a restaurant, whether you're outside at the park, whatever it may be, to whip out your tit and feed your child. Understanding the dynamics between men and women, the arousal between the two sexes. That's the woman saying, fuck you, I don't care, you're gonna cause attention. And not the type of attention you're gonna want, because it's gonna gear towards sexual attention. Now wait, I know a lot of people are gonna be like, well, they're breasts. They're made for what it's created for. Well, guess what? Fortunately, we have sexualized women, but so have you girls. You have sexualized yourselves throughout the years. So we're not gonna blame who started first. We're not pointing fingers at whose fault it is why breasts seem to be sexual and not just for the purpose of feeding a child. All right? With me, yes, I can take off my shirt and show mine, right? Because I don't have tits. I have a chest, all right? And that is different from the female anatomy. We're not the same, ladies and gentlemen. Men and women are not the same. We have similarities, but we are different by nature, by gender, by look, and by sex. All right? There's so many differences between a man and a woman. The only commonalities that we have is that we're both human, meaning that we all have the same needs to survive. Okay? Now, why I'm bringing this topic up is because women, on one hand, want to be able to whip out the tit wherever they want and don't want to be criticized or looked upon or viewed in whatever light that other people may view them in. While on the other hand, we're saying, hey, there's no problem feeding your child. Just know where you're at. Be self-aware so that if you do choose to feed your child, come prepared. You know, options. Make sure that you fill up some bottles of milk, of your breast milk. Cool. Hand express or use a pump, whatever works for you. There's multiple methods on extracting breast milk from your body, all right? And or you can use other supplements to feed your child where it doesn't have to be breast milk at all right? You choose the best methods that work for you. But to be inconsiderate of everyone around you, young men, teenagers, preteens, older men, even women that are bisexual, right? That like other women. These are all aspects that will put eyes on you. And like I said, it's not going to be innocent attention. It will be sexual attention because that's how we work in our society. To say that you don't believe that it should be that way is to say I don't believe that a person should be breathing in the way they do, or that we shouldn't have the same needs in order to survive. What is what is. That's it. All right? So, men and women, we have our differences. We already established that. We have our similarities. We established that. Pro-choice. You should not be stripped away from your accountability as a woman. If you have sex with a man, you are responsible for being pregnant if that should happen. If you are pregnant and you have a child, you should be self-aware of where you're feeding your child in that manner if you choose to use your own breast as food and nutrients for your child. Okay? You should be self-aware and not think that the world has to revolve around you instead of the masses that this brings attention to. All right? Now, we're going to touch up on decision making from previous videos. As a woman, you could do whatever you want, but understand that there are repercussions for said actions. That goes for everybody in life. And what I'm going to use is one of the most common situations that happen, including in part of the last video that you guys might have seen. A woman decides she wants to go out and have fun, go to some clubbing, enjoy some time with her girls. Late at night, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, all right? Those are hours that are unsafe for anybody, for men and women, right? Most criminal activity is done at night, whether it's by criminals or by criminals in the making. People doing shady ass stuff or shitty ass stuff. So, what does that mean? Well, what it should mean is that you're going to take care of yourself. And as a woman, we know that a man and a woman both stepping outside at night. We know who's more endangered. They're both endangered, but we know who's more in danger as a society. We know that women are more vulnerable. That's just what it is. You're not built like a man. You don't have that testosterone, which equates to being faster and stronger and all these attributes that can help aid you if you're in a situation when you need to run away or when you need a fight or flight, okay? So as a woman, if you decide to partake in some of these night activities, understand that you should have a circle that you are with, whether it's family, friends, people that you can trust to protect you. Yes, I'm saying protection. You women need protection, especially from your own choices, okay? It's not smart to have a woman go out to a club, meet strangers, and then from said club, go to a party outside of that club with strange men, right? Men that she does not know of. Where are her friends? Where are her family to let her know that's not okay? Doesn't matter if you're grown. If these men choose to attack you or violate you, you're in trouble because they can get away with it in the moment. And you could become hurt or worse, killed. Let's use logic with choice. That's why this video is going to be called Pro-Choice with Women. Because these choices are landing you women in bad situations. Not good ones. So it's not about that you cannot make decisions for yourself. It's that one, when you have the freedom to do so, a lot of yous make shitty decisions. And for two, a lot of yous lack accountability. Accountability is very important to keep you grounded in your own decision making. When you make a mistake, you own up to it. You handle it. You go through with the repercussions of said situation. So as a woman, if something bad happens to you, yeah, it's not right for anyone to violate you and for them to force you or for them to harm you. But we know what we are doing. As a man, if I go out late at night, 3, 4, 5 in the morning, and I go to a neighborhood that's not safe, I'm putting myself at danger. So if I get shot, robbed, killed, whose fault is that? Yeah, we could all say I didn't want to be shot, killed, or robbed, but who put themselves there. This guy. So if you're a woman and you're out and about doing your own activities late at night, who put you there? You. Take accountability for your actions. I could probably label this video, take accountability for your actions. But of course, the viewership would probably be even lower because who cares about that, right? But now we're talking about pro-choice with women. Now it's like, oh, here we go. We have a misogynist, or we have this guy who's sexist, who doesn't see equality. That's because we're not. Elephant in the room. Men and women are not equal. We're not the same. I can do certain things and get away with it. You cannot. You could do certain things and get away with it. I cannot. We both have our own advantages and disadvantages of just being who we are. Just existing as a male or just existing as a female. Let's stop pretending that this is not a real thing. You guys are bugging out if you think that we are equals and that we're one and the same, because we're not. Your choices, ladies, have impact, not just in your own life, but around you. Just like as a man, my choices have an impact in my life and people around me. Okay, that's where we're similar, right? Choices. What we decide to do with our lives can impact others, right? So some of these topics are popular topics, which is why I wanted to discuss them. You, as the audience, can leave it in the comment section below, your thoughts. But if you took nothing away from this video, please take this. Your actions will have an impact on the world, people around you, and more importantly, yourself. You could do whatever you want, but don't be surprised when there are repercussions leading that way. Things happen bad that shouldn't happen. You have to reflect and see, where did you go wrong? We already know what may have transpired. If someone else got out of pocket, maybe you shouldn't have been there to begin with. Or maybe you should have actually been there with family or friends, people that can protect you. And that goes for a man. If you're a man that cannot protect himself, the same applies to you. It's not just for women. But the title of the video, it's not about men, because men don't go around talking about pro-choice. We're not in those positions to do so. Women do better, make better decisions. If you have any questions or concerns, like I said, leave it in the comment section below. Make sure you give a thumbs up to this video. If you're not subscribed, please do so. It will greatly help this channel grow. And as always, this channel is all about you. Catch you guys on the next video.